I'm David Batts' mother, and I'm here today to get him justice because my son was wrongfully killed in Knox County, Penniform, Roger D. Wilson facility. My son.
The last time you saw him before he went to the hospital, tell us about that.
Last time I see my son, we worked together at Knoxville Area Transit. And my son was laying in the back of the ambulance. He was a little incoherent. And he looked at me, and my son said, "What's wrong, Mama?" And I just looked at my baby because he wasn't who he's supposed to be. And I just shook my head and I hugged and kissed my son. But I never knew I wasn't going to see my baby again. I don't.
To what extent is excessive force?
Exactly.
I like that.
I don't think it should be done with handcuffs on.
With handcuffs on.
Because they said this wasn't excessive.
Or what's considered excessive force?
That. And he still had on handcuffs.
So when you saw your son, he looked like that right there?
No, he did not look like this. Then, by the time I felt my car, because he goes to work before me. We work together, but we work different shifts. And he usually take me to work in the morning and come and get me at nighttime. I won't get that ride no more. But when I called up to the jail, I called at 2:30. They said he was fine. And I called again at 5:30. They act like they didn't know where my son was. All they kept saying was he was released. And I said, "Ma'am, who got my son?" She said, "We don't know." I said, "I know procedure. So whoever came and got him had to have license or some type of identification. So you didn't just release him. Where is my son?" She then told me, "I could only tell you this. Your son is at University of Tennessee in the West Wing on the 6th floor." And when I went there, my baby looked like this. I don't.
Yeah.
And my God, why do you feel like it was important to have this today?
I mean, obviously we can see that the procedures and the practices that they're using are ineffective in protecting the community. Their job is to serve and protect. So therefore, we drafted a petition and we submitted it in the hopes that they would agree to some of the things in the petition, so we can be protected as a community, and as well that nobody can hold them accountable for something that they can't do. I mean that they didn't do. Obviously, that they didn't agree.
And so, what do you feel like that you gained from today's meeting, ma'am?
To talk to the sheriff and be heard and let him know that I know. And
we all know.
We all know.
We all know.
And we all gonna fight as a family.
That's right. I'm retired. All I got to do is fight
did something to the wrong person.
Yep.
And I feel for all the others, families that they have brought tragedy to. Because this constantly happens.
Everybody.
And y'all saying that meningitis did
If
that
y'all
or
can't look
natural
at that-
causes did that. It did not.
Force that's
And
not
you don't
okay.
have nothing personal. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have any personal thing about it. This bothers us physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Spiritually too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep because every time I close my eyes, I see my son being beat.
My brother's not the only one. This young man too. That's not
No, but I walked in to see my son, but he wasn't like that when I gave it to him on the back of that ambulance. He wasn't even supposed to be going to jail. He was going there to be evaluated because he was disorientated, and we worked together. He got off a cat bus because he stayed on the bus when he got off. At 2 o'clock, he was still on the bus driving around. He didn't steal no bus or nothing. He was just doing his job, what he remembered doing. When I got on the ambulance, the boss said, "Cat, called me." When I got on the ambulance, my son looked at me. I was crying because I could tell my son wasn't right. He said, "What's wrong, Mama?" And I just looked at him, and I hugged my baby, and I kissed him, and I just shook my head. Went to UT, couldn't see my son because of whatever they did to my son back there. Winded up at the Penniform. I called at 2:30 in the morning. They told me my son was all right. Then I asked them, where was my son at? You know what I'm saying? They didn't say nothing. I called back at 5:30. I couldn't get no answer to where my son. I had to find my son. And then some lady up there, corporal, I'm not going to tell her name.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Yes, you
Corporal
are.
Hawkers told me, ma'am, your son is at UT Hospital on the 6th floor in the West Wing. She didn't tell me what that was. I go to UT and see my son like that. He was not like that when I seen him. He was literally beaten to death. And when they beat him in there with the rest of the people in intake, he was in handcuffs. They drug him to the shoulders and finished beating him.
Took his
How
clothes
can you
off
explain that?
and
They
changed it into a
they were still trying to get him changed. How can he change into a uniform when your hands are restrained?
The boot print is on his chest.
They don't know about that. So I took pictures of every part of my baby. He's got knots. He's got shoe print and shit. Somebody's going to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And they're your officers. That's why they're always being blamed. Because you went on the news and asked why? Because they're your officers. It's not like this is new. It's history repeating itself. My brother, in November of 2014, mental patient. They beat him because they said they tried to move him out of the cell. My brother now walks with a very bad limp, and he still doesn't recall him being beat.
Because we've shown that was ineffective. There's people here who complaints have gone to him. It's been proven that somebody.
I can sit here and tell you, I have not gotten one complaint from somebody saying one of our officers used that word.
I'd rather get called that than get punched in the face.
Right.
Can I please answer Mr. Winton's? Because he
3
is on
years
your
ago.
thing.
He got punched
Can I
in the face
please?
3 years ago.
Because Mr. Winton,
But he was on accident report because I've been looking for it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No,
3 years
no.
ago?
Let's talk about
They're calling my program every week. Can I get it?
Oh, yes.
3 years is crazy.
3 years ago?
Hey, all I want to say is, where's the compassion? You feel what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I'm listening. I ain't saying nothing. But I'm looking for compassion in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. And then I'm also thinking about the fact that you take an oath. And when you take that oath, does anywhere in that oath say that I will, yes, like I won't show
Another person.
humanity. You feel what I'm saying? We all are human beings. If you are a son, if you are a father, if you are a daddy, if you are anything that you could think about, being a connection to another person and another human being, have some compassion for this woman and why she feels like this, for this family and why they feel like this. There's a reason. And it's because somebody's son is not here no more. Somebody's brother is not here no more. Somebody's daddy is not here no more. Do you understand? Somebody's child is not here. Just show some compassion. Sometimes that's what we look for. Especially when it says, especially when it says protect and serve. That should show you some type of compassion. That's all I want to say. Is like that's what I'm looking for. And sometimes when you take your oath, do you take an oath to say, I'm going, even though I know this officer over here is doing wrong, I'm going to bury that because my oath is to the blue instead of the people that I protect. I'm just saying it's easy to say no, but let's me tell you something. Let's talk about data. When you talk about data, you can shake your head, but data gonna show that you don't do that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what y'all, okay.
I get what you're saying, sir.
Yes, sir.
I promise you I get it.
Yes, sir.
Data will show that.
Well, I called the sheriff department about my brother. I called the sheriff department. I didn't get a call back.
Look at ours.
Right, and it's gonna show what now?
Look at ours. Contrary to what y'all think, I'm not blue. I'm black. I'm a 48-year-old. I'm a 48-year-old. I'm a 48-year-old black man that has a black wife, and I'm raising a black son that one day will be a black man.
And don't you know if your son ever ended up like that, you'll be over here with us. And guess what? You won't be over there with them.
And I have compassion. And I have compassion.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it down.
Don't show on the face, brother.
So yes, I know it happens, and we know because someone up there, an officer or whoever, turned in the video to the news station. That's the reason we know. It was publicized.
So understand these questions and the way I'm asking them, because I'm trying to get us all to see the same thing. And this is a whole, so I'm not on no side.
Be procedural. You're addressing them based on how they handle procedures, but not specific things.
Yes,
Yeah, not specific.
because I can't get into specific things, nor can they get into specific. Oh no, hold on. No, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this. I can't finish. Yeah, because I can't get into, and nor can he get into the specifics of these cases.
Right.
Because if something is said, because you have a lawyer, even on your side, you know what I'm saying?
We need to be heard.
Yeah, no, yeah, being heard, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, opening up things that shouldn't be touched.
Everything is
Because
hypothetical.
legal, no, hear me out. Because they are under this legal umbrella at this point. So, I appreciate everybody, listen to me, I appreciate everybody for coming here. I appreciate everybody for coming here. And these are raw emotions.
Yeah.
These are feelings these are black people's feelings.
This is dead.
This is
wrong.
hold up, no.
It's a human being, humanity.
Hold on, let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement.
It's not making a racist statement, man.
No,
We all human beings here, man.
This
We all
is-
pay taxes.
I'm a black man from Alabama, brother. So I'm saying what I'm saying for a reason.
Well, there was
So,
black officers involved.
But I'm saying
So
what
it's
I'm
not
saying
black-
for a reason.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that this is tough. This is raw. What we hear from mama, sister, brother, family is real emotions. And this is what happens when this fabric, and I talk about this fabric a lot, but the fabric of the community is frayed by actions like this that happen. And so I want to mend that fabric as best I can from this seat. And that's bridging between both. So understand my position, understand my position. That's what I'm trying to do, is just be the bridge to heal this and as best we can, as best I can.
Bridge is to not have meetings like this on their turf. They need to come to the community and then answer the community, not the community come to them and then they get to determine what the narrative is of whatever the situation is, because each and every last one of them should be held accountable for not just this death, but there are countless other deaths but that have happened in these facilities, but we need to bring them to the community. They were supposed to work for us, not we work for them. Let them come to the community and bridge the community that way. We are tired of doing all the work. The community is tired, really tired, real tired of having to go through this over and over and over again. And I understand, my brother, that you are doing what you're trying to do what you can. I understand that. But there is no reason why there shouldn't have been an open comment part of this meeting where the community that's here right now can ask questions, because we might not have thought of a question that's really a burning question before sending those questions in. You might think of something on the way here. I mean, I'm just saying. And the next meeting, there needs to be another meeting, and it needs to be a real conversation with some real answers. I understand you getting the procedural questions out the way and the answers to the procedural questions, because those are important, because if we don't know what the procedure is, then how are we going to hold them accountable? So I appreciate you doing that. But the next meeting, y'all need to come to the community. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get hurt or killed, because we're not going to hurt you. We're not going to kill y'all. See, we have to worry about that. Y'all don't have to worry about that. Come to the community. Let the community ask you the questions, not predetermined questions, questions from the community at that time.
The relationship.
That's my uncle. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about how y'all feeling when y'all heard about this and how you felt.
Devastating.
He was not the man they were trying to pay him to be.
Yeah, not at all.
Not nearly this. We are all girls. He would never touch a woman
Never.
that he's not supposed to.
My uncle was a gentle giant, like
At heart.
a gentle giant.
Spiritual.
Our only uncle. Our only uncle.
On the count of 3, I want y'all to say his name. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, back! Oh!
1, 2, 3.
Back! Oh!
1, 2, 3.
Back!
His name was
Never be forgotten.